Greetings, I'm Sir Vainglory and welcome to part 76 of my adventure in Crusader Kings 3, playing now as Emperor Eustace of Francia. My mother recently died and I'm actually still hosting her funeral. We're waiting on a couple of guests, it looks like. How rude. Not going to accept that. So yes, we've taken Francia, divided it up between my remaining sons, and what I'm thinking about is actually coming down here and cleaning up this mess. I think that would be a good task for us. I was going to go after Lotharingia, Burgundy, etc., but I want to take back this territory here in particular, so we may as well come down and take on Al-Andalus. Anyway, let's see. Solace in Script. The latest work of my acquaintance King Gormer has become all the rage at court of late. The piece deals with feelings of sorrow and loss, and Gormer has publicly dedicated it to me. Mourning and sadness. How cruel a mistress is random chance, to deprive the world of such beautiful dance. Alone, bereft, without that sweet man, our hearts, our minds, our souls, all damned. So far I've kept my thoughts to myself, but the buzz has grown too dramatic to ignore for much longer. I do have a wee bit stressed, 43. So I could lose 34 stress or gain prestige. Or I lose stress. I think I'm just going to lose the stress. We don't need the prestige. Need some cash. Yeah, Gormer, I can see this is truly heartfelt. Thank you very much for that. I still do want to do that. Okay, so where are we? We're at full strength in terms of our army. How about allies? Arnaud of France. Yeah, Prince Osric. How many troops would you bring with you? 239. I guess I went... yeah, I guess I have allied with the poorer prince. You're my brother-in-law. Do I have an alliance with you? Don't. You won't accept. Because of my current amount of alliances particularly prevents that happening. Okay, I should maybe get rid of that cheap one. But for now, let's just carry on and we'll start making some inroads down here. Greetings, Emperor Eustace. I'm willing to release Salvatore. No, thank you. Keep hold of him. I don't have room for him just now. Oh, Prince Alphonse has fallen ill. What's wrong with you? Measles. Not good. But let's have a look down here. I think we'll go for the coast. I wish I could take this territory here. You're already working on a claim. Forget that for now. I'm going to have you grab a claim for me in there instead. Yes. Okay, you home. My hostage from the last war has arrived. Good stuff. Right, get a claim in there, and as long as it's going to take 9 months only. Yeah. We'll go to war down here. Not arranged marriage. Why can I not declare war? I'm still at this funeral. Right, okay. Get the funeral out of the way first then. I can ransom some prisoners. Let's go ahead, do that. And ransom accepted, and a knight has arrived. What do we have? Would you let him go in return for this offer? Pay 10, yeah, fine. We'll take it. Speaking of taking, I can grab some territory. What do I hold just now? Myself. Well, we've got Francia, Brittany, Anjou, Sable, Mai, Nantes, Anjou, Mayenne. So we do hold the whole of... no, that's actually split over 2 duchies, isn't it? Sable, right, okay. The funeral, hooray! One of the greats. Before me a feasting table stocked high with all manner of food and drink, as if Empress Eleanor of Francia were trying to offer a final act of magnanimity before parting. Prince Frederick of Bourbon has so far refused to lay a finger on his banquet, however, swilling his goblet round in idle solace. His middle-distance stare falls wearily upon me, and with a quiet nod he raises his drink high. To Empress Eleanor of Francia, truly one of the greats. I could gain some legitimacy, which I don't really need right now. Don't want piety, don't want his opinion. Lose the stress, we don't need the stress. I guess we're going for legitimacy after all then. Great indeed, and I will be greater still. Right. Diplomacy is actually... I didn't think my diplomacy was that high. When we had that previous diplomacy challenge, it didn't give me that great an odds. Anyway, the offering of libations. I and the other mourners take a reprieve from our grief to enjoy a great bounty of food. King Arnaud of France, usually the lifeblood of any feast, now sits across from me misty-eyed with an untouched goblet at his side. How can we make ourselves fat and merry in times like these? Are we to satisfy our hedonistic desires while Eleanor has none? Join me, empty your goblets in libation. The guests seem to agree. There is a wisdom in Arnaud's oafish lamentation. Legitimacy. Even more legitimacy. A round of drinks for all. Let's go ahead. It's not that much money. Mayor Elwyn swayed. I cannot remember why I'm trying to sway this person. I'm sure there's some good reason for it. She likes me enough anyway. I'm going to cancel it. We'll do something different. A moment in time. Our moment in time, even. Of all the figures venerated and villainous, none have been desired more than our departed Empress Eleanor of Francia. With her crowd of weepers and gawkers finding other subjects to satisfy their fascination, I am at last left with a moment of solace between myself and my mother. Allow myself a moment of grief. I think we'll be taking that. Yes. Allow myself a moment of grief. Oh, okay. The False Emperor. I gaze upon Empress Eleanor of Francia in quiet contemplation, interrupted only by the occasional well-wisher offering their sympathies. Knave, scullion, swain, you dare call yourself Emperor? My brother, King Arnaud, hurls himself towards me, furious finger waving inches from my face. Empress Eleanor of Francia had designs for me to rule in her place. Villain. So Arnaud could become my rival. King Arnaud spends 150 prestige and 100 piety. I don't care. I'm going to leave him. I'll leave him in the activity. He can become my rival if he likes. I'll do a bit of spice. I don't care. Your waffling nonsense. Important nobility, far too great in number to name, passed by the enshrouded body of Empress Eleanor of Francia, granting her little more than a simple bow or a nod. as though such a gesture was sufficient to show one's reverence for life. My heart weighs as heavy as my pockets, so full of trinkets and memories of Eleanor. I can't help but wonder why I should get to hoard objects which rightfully belong to her. Let's have a look at these trinkets, these baubles. Final on ordnance is that royal court, probably. So by type. It doesn't seem to. We've got hides all over the place. Fine law and ordnance, a masterwork book gives me a tiny amount of prestige. A vassal limit of +4. Okay, let's close that. Get back to the funeral. That's less than blackboard hide. A lot of piety. Yeah, I think we'll go with blackboard hide. Let's have a look again at artifacts. And go by name. Try name again. Oh, Jesus. No, there we go. Black boar hide. We've got 2 displayed, 3 displayed, and 1 waiting. Any chance they would take that one? We shall see. Close that. Let's drop the black boar hide. Take that massive piety, because that can be transferred into gold. Yep. I'm known for dedication to my faith. The mourners move through the hall weeping in a kind of macabre dance, and all for Empress Eleanor of Francia. The unsettling silence of a people holding back what they'd so desperately wished to do. Silent screams never part their lips, hard-fought battles against tears being lost, so ashamed of their own grief. I rise to my feet and allow myself to get lost in the dance with my fellow mourners. I must remain strong, gain piety and lose stress. Good stuff. And we've got, it's Duke Maurice starting a faction against me. At home. There is nothing like a feast. It reminds us all of what is good in life, and the company is not too bad either. At least those seated close to me seem to think so. You are something special, Eustace, Matthew tells me. Douche and Stephanie nod their heads in agreement. I'm an eager reveller. I just do what feels right. And the grief of the grandmother. Hunched beside me, bereft of the pretense of propriety, the inconsolable Frederick gazes out into the nothingness before him. Not a tear falls from his eyes, not a word passes his mouth until he turns to me. God can be cruel indeed. Why does the wind still yet blow? Why does the sea continue its push to the shore? Why does my body ache for food and thirst for water? The end of days is upon us. My grandmother is dead. Okay, where there's life there's hope. Frederick could become my friend. Quietly nod, lose stress. Let's say where there's life, there's always hope. Yes. Hopefully Frederick becomes my good pal. He did. Excellent. And gained a level of fame. The sorrowful line marches on. The line to have a last moment with Empress Eleanor of Francia. A last whisper, a last long goodbye. A last nothing at the last place anyone will see her again. Truly a privilege it is to be here. The line brings me ever closer until at last the figure in front of me parts, and there is nothing but a veil between me and her. Okay, make a speech promising to rule in her honour. I think that sounds like me. Although every guest at the funeral gains 15 opinion could be useful. I think I'm going to speak of her virtues. Just try and boost everyone's opinion of me. Funeral in awe. After having spoken over dinner for a while, Haley leans over to tell me that he finds it impressive how knowledgeable I am about so many different things. How old are you, boy? 3. He recognises true intellect, I see. Yes, he is very discerning. I don't want to exchange hostages with anyone. Go away, go away. Who wants... Duke Maurice, do you want to win the council? No chance. Not 19 against 29. You're my military engineer anyway. I want you to be serving in the army. So, no. 15... Who's this? This is my son. My brother. Yeah, he gets to stay there. And that's essentially all you're good for. Count Raoul. You're not too good at much either. No. And alliance negotiations, nobody's going to agree to this. $162. Right, okay. Ignore, ignore, ignore. Betrothed can marry Countess Eleonora. Yep, fine. Go ahead. And we have ability to start a legend. Now, I did hold off on this, but no, we don't have the income to sustain that right now, so forget it. Enter seclusion. We don't need to do that at the moment, don't think. No great threats to us, so ignore. My son Folquez is now married. Do you have... you don't have any land. I don't have any to give you at the moment. At least we're making some cash. Morning Star. All eyes fall upon Marguerite as she falls to the ground in lamentation, hands coating her reddened eyes from view. Marguerite's sorrowful gasps and chokes have left her fellow mourners breathless, and many offer her comfort and reverence as if it were her who was to be committed to the hereafter. Okay, 100% chance, 100% chance. Do I want to try this? Probably going to lose legitimacy and piety, which doesn't really matter. 50% chance of forming a rivalry. Who's Marguerite anyway? My niece. She's of no matter. So I'm just going to mourn my own way. Let that be an end to it. Another night has arrived. Let's check out our knights actually. 14... 30. Let's recruit you to court. You're 44. That's not too bad. You become a knight. My brother, I should force you to become. In fact, who should... No, yeah. No. I'm not your primary heir. And we have Wolfnoth. Which do you cost? 45, okay. You join as well. I'm going to have no income left at the end of this. I wanted to come back up and check you. You're a military engineer, fantastic. And Crundamel, I'm not going to spend money on you, or Morello. That's all fine. Okay, carry on. A time to mourn. The shadows of mourners no longer loom over me, and I am at last given a moment alone. What quiet comfort I could take in such a moment, without the rattling and prattling of other guests in my ears, just me and my thoughts of Empress Eleanor of Francia. I lose stress, I don't have any. Mortal youth. I feel a quiet calm wash over me, gazing around the room of mourners. Some eyes are stained red, others would see this as like any other cause for a gathering. One soul, however, looks to me with uncertainty as he tugs at my side. My grandson, Hilly, does not weep openly, but does not seem unmoved like many other children present. Emperor Eustace of Francia, what happened to Eleanor? Why is everybody sad? Okay, a learning challenge against this young man. Could gain piety, grow close to forming a friendship. She's in heaven now. He could get existential dread, but that's fine. He's only a wee boy. She's in heaven now. Child is comforted. Grow closer to forming a friendship. Okay. Is that her dead and buried? 2 days, 1 day. There we go. Dust to dust. Now the time has come to commit Empress Eleanor of Francia's final rites before her final journey into the hereafter. Eleanor's enshrouded body is held suspended above an open grave, surrounded by close friends and family. Stood at her head is me, a privileged place of mourning afforded only to a magnanimous host. To see her surrounded by so many mourners and given a proper Catholic burial gives me hope that perhaps I too will be remembered as fondly as Emperor. At last, her body is lowered into the earth, and the funeral is officially completed with a prayer. Beautiful. More piety. Okay. Funeral is concluded. Excellent. And we have declared 8 wars. None of whom I really want to take on right now. Suppose. Where are you? Oh, it's Duke Jones claims. No, I'm not interested in Duke Jones claims. I claim relics of war. Forced vassalization. But, I think I would rather conquer than vassalize. I'm going to ignore that. And again, I'm going to ignore that. Okay. Found a holy order. No. I'm not going on a pilgrimage or a hunt right now. I don't need to isolate the capital. We have meadows in Alder. Good stuff. Bumps up my income a wee bit. I think I've got some building going on also in Paris. Do I not? I guess not. By right. My wife has informed me of an obscure law in the county of Annaba that states none but the Emperor may be its protector. Normally, such an archaic law would be dismissed, but it offers me a unique chance to put Duke Maurice, my vassal and current ruler of the county of Annaba, in his place. You do not like me. You don't need to be a duke, I suppose. But do I really want this county? I don't think I do. That's a wee bit far-flung. I didn't even know I had territory over here. Maurice can keep the title by my grace. Yeah, he can keep it. I was thinking I might take it and give it to one of my boys, but no need for that, I don't think. Stop asking me about Hostages with King Indel, or telling me about hostages. Alright. I have prowled through documents both ancient and of less certain provenance. I finally have enough material to make the case that you are the rightful lord of the Sheikhdom of Burjanna. All that is missing is one little bribe. 96 gold, see it, done. Okay. What do I do with my Archbishop now then? My Patriarch. I suppose I may as well just send them in here. I've got enough piety, I think. Ah. I'd forgotten that. I was involved in the war against the Pope at one point. Christian faith. Where's the Pope? He's still there. He likes me plus 40. I could ask for gold. He won't accept though. Why not? I'm a murderer. I don't think so. Am I? Who did I murder? Countess Miroslava was murdered on the 2nd of November 1046 at age 23. Was she my wife? This was long before I was in control of this guy. Obviously. No. Princess Aude. Oh, it was. So I murdered the wife. Whoa. What a bad man. Anyway. I'm surprised that people follow me as Emperor when I'm so naughty. Okay, where's my rally point? We'll shift you down to here. Why not? And then if we were to declare war on you for my claim, Sheikhdom of Burjanna. It's going to be a wee bit tighter than I was expecting, but I've got the money to bring in mercenaries if needs be. Allies are way up there, over here. Okay, no time like the present. Let's go ahead and declare war, and then it's time to put in a break. So, get the war declared, get the armies raised, and I need to wait until we get a decent commander, but we can call allies. The others don't really have troops worth calling. We'll call all of the dynasty. Okay. Enemy allies join. Excellent, excellent, excellent. 4 allies, all joined. And we've got 4,000. Right, okay, so you march into there. Then we're in mountainous terrain. Do I have a mountainous terrain dude? Not really, no. Oh no, this is mountainous. Rough terrain expert. Oh, you can stay there. You can stay here as well. In fact, let's split this army in half. "15 days to get in there." Okay, we're going to go with that. No, he's not coming in anyway. Right, okay, fair enough. Forget that. Everyone, merge up again. Get across here with Commander skill. Where is my new knight? I've forgotten his name. I do apologise. You. Why are you not... oh, hang on. Okay. Well, anyway, you come across here too. I want you to be led then by Orlu. We'll get in there and... No, we won't. We're going to die. Just pause in here for now. And then try and get back out. And hopefully these guys can get in to help me. We've got the rough terrain expert in command. Not any longer though. Right. You. So you're going to be in there. I want to see the armies, please. Come on, let me see the army. Right, you. 14 days, we've been on the 15th of June. You're on the 13th of June. Whereas I, out on the 18th. We're in mountains at least. But we do need this guy to come over and help. Huh. Okay. Well, I'm going to put a break in. And we will pick up this cliffhanger next time out. For now, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this. Please leave me a comment, rate the video, subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the content, and I hope to see you again next time. Cheers!